Hi guys, and welcome back to Chimeraland. Today we're going to look at the easiest great beasts to kill when you're starting out. So without further ado, let's get to it. Now first up, before you head out, there are a few things that can help you. Now here I'm just at my stove and I'm going through my recipes. Now a lot of these recipes can actually help you buff your character somehow. So there are a few. These ones stop you from drowning if you're looking at going under the water, or you can have this one gives you plus 100 attack. So you have various recipes that will actually buff your character for a period of, most of these are for 15 minutes. And they will give you better defense, better criticals, better attack. So go through the recipes that you have, craft up a couple, and before you attack the great beast, eat one of the recipes that you have crafted. There are quite a few there, and the higher you go, well, the more you actually unlock your cooking. So the more recipes you actually make, the more you unlock, and the higher the level and the more buff you will actually receive from the higher level recipes. Secondly, always have your pet and attendants ready to use. Now here's the pet menu. If you look across to the right, it has a little tick in the box that you can put that will enable your pets to auto heal as they get damaged in any battle. So make sure that one's ticked, switch it across to yourself, and there are your health potions. So you can just take those as you need to as you get damaged by the great beast in the battle. So here you can see that there's various different health potions for the pets, and just make sure that you craft some up and you always have some in your bag so your pets won't run out, because if you do run out, your pets run the risk of getting killed, and obviously your attendant will get knocked out and run that risk as well. Now if you look a little further to the right, there is a whistle button. If you click this, you will summon and unsummon both of your pets at once, so your attendant and your mount. So you can, if you go into the call pet, you can do it individually, so you can summon one, not the other, or you can unsummon one and not the other. So that is one way for you to quickly unsummon both your pets at the same time. Now here, the easiest way to actually get into a Grand Beast battle is actually just to go straight to the encounters, click match, and wait till a match comes up. Then you'll automatically get put into a battle with 3 other players, and you'll get the rewards automatically. But as that's once a day, if you do want to collect resources or you want to actually give it a go on your own, you can obviously do this with a team of people. But the way the rewards go is they actually randomly split the rewards, so you may end up with nothing, one person may get the whole lot. It may evenly distribute it to you, but I found there's some great beasts that I've actually helped with and I've received no rewards whatsoever. So look, the only way you're guaranteed to get a reward is if you actually solo them yourself. Now as for the easier great beast, this one's one of my favorites. I always find the battle with him relatively easy. If you tend to stay away from him and use the crossbow, I'm just using the handgun here where you have to be a little bit closer. But if you sort of hit him with a crossbow, you can just run in a circle and he will never hit you, but it may take a little bit of time. Now here, once he's down, just basically click search, which will collect his body. He's just parasitic grass and fibre. But to go across and collect the rewards that he drops. Okay, so that great beast was the Venus flytrap. As I said, one of my favourites, and he always has relatively good drops. So there you go, we got quite a lot there from him. You also get a random egg, and you get a random temp, and a little plant from him, as well as a plan or a piece of equipment. So I always find the Venus flytrap has some very good drops, and the violet cloud dew is used for a lot of materials and recipes. Okay, so we'll just go around and have a look at some of the grand beasts and the levels that they are. So this one's a level 38. That's a grand frost deerball. So he's not too bad, but he's a little higher than the Venus flytrap. Here is a level 42, a grand spear now. This one is a noble, so I would avoid this one for now. I'm not even sure if I'd attack it now, to be honest. And this one is a level 45 grand silkhopper, which is one of the most annoying great beasts that I've ever had the pleasure of fighting against. He jumps all over the place and is pretty hard to hit. Here we have a raw boar. That one's pretty easy, level 35, but he is a full magic, so there's something I'll tell you about that in a little bit. That's a Batloff, which is also not too bad, and here is one of my favourites. This one is the Grand Lime Lobcray. Most of the Lobcrays are pretty easy, and this one is a level 35. One thing to note about these is they have very high defense on their body, and they have sort of weak spots or places that are easy to hit around their mouth and their tail. So just remember that when you're trying to defeat these. You can sort of step back and hit them with a crossbow, which will keep you definitely away from their attack. And you can see there's red spots on the ground, which is where his attacks are going to land. So as long as you keep an eye on that and stay away from that, you should be pretty much right, and you won't get hit very much, or you shouldn't get hit by him at all. There are a few weak spots you can see which have the sort of name with the red circle around them. The more you hit them, the more that red circle sort of wears away, and once it's gone, you actually stun the creature and can hit him while he doesn't move. So there he is there, he's gone. So once again, same with everyone, just search their body and collect. Generally the beast hide is what you get. From the plant ones you'll get sort of plant products, and there's the loot that he's dropped, so grab that as well. Okay, so here's the drop from him. You always get your plans basically. We have the tri-leaf skin and the Chimeraland beast hide, so pretty good drop from him as well. Here's another level 35, the Grand Whitelope. He's actually pretty easy as well. Just need to keep an eye on the weak spots and just avoid his attacks. As I said too, make sure you always have your attendant and your pet out, and they will help you a great deal. Okay, once again we do the search, get our normal beast hide, and then we want to collect the drops from him. So his drop not as good. The drops are random, so we just got some sheepskin and a plan. So not that great from him. Now one thing to note, if you're looking at sort of having beast stung all over the ground, things like that, once you kill the great beast, everything they've dropped disappears. So if you want to grab that, do it before you actually attack the beast. Now here is a level 20 child Quetzalcoatlus. They are sort of considered a great beast, but they do not drop the great beast I guess rewards the same as the great beasts do. You might get lucky and get a Chimeraland beast hide from one occasionally, but generally you will just get a piece of equipment and some beast hide. So we search him, and I've just got beast hide and dinosaur meat as well, so didn't get anything special from him, but they are level 20 and a little bit higher than the normal beasts. Okay, so here we have a flying great beast. I just want to give you guys an example. This one, because of the height, I can't use my pet or attendants to help me, and I also can't use my handgun because he is just too high in the sky. Now, I would suggest that you sort of stay away from the flying ones until you're a little bit stronger, because there is a time limit on how long you have to kill the great beasts. If you take longer than half an hour, they automatically get their health back to full, and you don't want that if you're sort of looking at trying to take one down. So I would avoid any flying ones, at least to start with, until you're a little bit stronger. That said, when you do knock them down, then you can actually summon your attendant and pet, because they never actually go back to that original height they were at, and you will be able to hit them with sort of handguns and sort of stronger weapons. But to start with, I wouldn't bother with the flying great beasts, because you'll find that they're a little bit tricky, at least initially. Anyhow, now that we've got him, just same as always, do your search and then go over and collect the loot he's dropped. So he's got a pretty good drop, but as I said, the flying beasts are a little bit sort of tricky, at least initially, so I would wait until you're a little bit stronger. Okay, here we have another level 20. He's a child Velociraptor. So once again, these ones are pretty easy. There are a couple of level 30s out there, the Mamba, and there is I think it's a slightly higher Velociraptor. I can't remember exactly what it's called. They are a little easier, but they're pretty difficult to find around the map. Okay, so we just search, and we've got indigo jade and a blue armor. So not too bad, but nothing too spectacular there. And lastly, here we have a full magic beast. He's a level 35, so not particularly difficult. But one thing to note about the full magic beasts is that if you kill them, you receive no resources whatsoever. So these ones are basically to capture and to feed to your pets, and they actually give you more experience points than the other great beasts. So when you want to capture, just keep an eye on the great beast. Once you have that capture icon come up above his body, I would unsummon both your pet and attendant, or they run the risk of killing him. Another thing to keep an eye on is the terrain. This is not the best location to fight a great beast in. You can have some places where you can't actually walk up to get to them, and others where you can hide and they can't attack you, so you need to have a look at that as well. Okay, so here's just a quick look at some of the things you can get off the great beasts. They are all different, and you get different resources depending on what beast you're actually fighting. All of these can actually be smelted down into the violet cloud dew, which is an ingredient you need for quite a lot of things. But you'll find that the individual ingredients are also used as well, so just keep an eye on what it is. And if you need any violet cloud dew, you can either go find a Venus flytrap to take down, and you will get it from that, or you can smelt any of these down and you will get violet cloud dew from your smelter. Anyhow, if you're going out to hunt some great beasts, I just recommend anything that's level 35 and is on the ground. But that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.